the last 4 years, I've been deeply involved in a campaign called Back from the Brink, bringing communities together to abolish nuclear weapons. And what this campaign is, it is a campaign for nuclear abolition. We organize around a set of a policy platform. We call them policy solutions. But really, it's about making clear that nuclear weapons are a local issue and that local communities have and must have a say in nuclear policy, which many people don't know that there's something that they can do about it. The campaign also is heavily focused on approaching municipal governments and state governments and asking them to adopt resolutions that support our policy platform. And that those efforts are led throughout the country by grassroots activists. So even though there's a steering committee that coordinates Back from the Brink, it may be Pax Christi that's organizing a resolution in one city. It may be Veterans for Peace that's organizing that in another city. Many different groups that get involved. What's even more exciting is when these groups can build coalitions and sort of break down the silos that we're in. Because I'm a local organizer, I worked a lot on the cleanup of the Santa Susana Field Laboratory. I know how the city politics works. I know how the state legislature works. I have relationships with environmental justice groups, with racial justice groups, with climate groups. So when it came time for the Los Angeles resolution to happen, we could draw on that. We could bring together Habakasha, we could bring the faith community in, we could bring veterans in, we could bring students in, and we did. And what we're finding is that on this local level, this is intended to influence decision makers. Members of Congress have asked us, look, I have town hall meetings, I don't hear anything about nuclear anything. We really need you guys to do this. They're not going to make any of these policies a priority if they're not hearing it from their constituents. And so more and more we want to be able to say, these cities in your district, this state that you're in, these organizations. Now we have state and local elected officials who are also coming on board. So this is Boston, Minneapolis, Tucson, Salt Lake City, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, of course. Baltimore was the first major city to adopt a resolution. These resolutions are also sent on to members of Congress. They're an extraordinarily powerful organizing tool, not just at the municipal level, but also with talking to other organizations. And so trying to really build our capacity that way. And again, this we really, particularly at this moment that you mentioned, with so much on the line, when children are being slaughtered, when people can't go to church or the grocery store in certain communities without being at risk of losing their lives, that we talk about security in terms of human security, and not what we think is possible, what we know is necessary, and that is the abolition of nuclear weapons. So I'm very excited about this campaign and the lessons that we continue to learn as it grows and as it evolves, particularly this distributed organizing model we're doing. And I would say also on the national level, another thing that we're doing also to break out of the silo is we're partnering with the Poor People's Campaign. They have their Moral March coming up on June 18th. And this is, they refer to a moral fusion model of organizing. And it's been incredibly powerful to be in some of the planning meetings and have, reproductive rights activists, with labor, with environmental, with, income inequality, with the faith movement, to have us all together. Because I think where we're at as a country right now is single issues are not, I can't see us having a big win somewhere and all these other things. I think we need to come together. So everybody brings their expertise, everybody sort of stays in their lanes, but we join together and we support each other at moments when it counts. So that's what
And
what
so
I'm
it's not
excited
either
about.
or. You're not sort of saying to a local activist, either you got to work on what we're going to do about democracy.
No,
or
we show up for
something.
each other. So maybe you're going to pass a resolution or a state legislature bill, and another group is coming there with something about housing. We'll stay and we'll voice support on that, and we'll build the relationships that we need to move forward.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.